Okay, new video. Remember we left off in the processing room. We just wanted to show some of the boxes. These are stacks and stacks of boxes that were left over from the processing when they used to process here. You'll see fresh frozen lobster tails from Mosquito K brand. These are 40-pound masters. And then you can see here they had conch meat, fresh frozen peeled conch meat. They had shrimp. This is how they used to package the shrimp. This is for cooked shrimp. That shows the various sizes. Now remember, these are by the kilo. These are all kilo counts. And then of course lobster. This was the brand lobster they used to package here. HACCP certification. Okay, now let's take a tour of the facility. You can see it's got excellent floor drains throughout the facility for cleaning, and the floors are graded where you can do wash down. You also have wash areas for your hands, and this is the employee room where they come in, and this is the hand sink for washing their hands. You see where they hang up all their aprons. They still have the aprons when they operated before. This is the wash basin where you rinse off here, and then your foot basin, which we saw up front, to decontaminate. Now, this is where the employees would come in. They would get dressed with their aprons, their hats, their bonnets, and they would come out here, and the table will be filled with the room is filled with stainless steel tables, which we moved out of the way so you can see the size of the room. And then now you can see this is another extension, the control room, where everything you can, again, this is all temperature controlled. This is where they would keep the records. Now we're going to leave the processing room. This used to be the ice chute. This is where the ice would come down for loading ice. And you saw the ice machine above where the ice machine was housed. Now we're going to show some lights here. Here's the storage room. This is where they would store the roll-around racks that they would put in the walk-in cooler. You can see the water lines, lots of water lines everywhere. This is the final prep room where they would store, get ready to put everything on racks. They'd rack the lobster, shrimp, conch, whatever it was, to take in here and put in one of two blast freezers that we have. Now let's adjust for the light. This is another final washroom, laboratory room, where you do testing. Now, we've got stainless steel tables everywhere. Now here goes the first of two blast freezers. You can see this blast freezer is filled with huge blast evaporator fan. All right, this is where the racks would come in. You can tell by the size of the evaporator fans that this was a major blast freezer. This is about 20 foot, 15 by 25 foot. Here goes this another blast freezer. You can see the controls. This is where we'd have to replace some of the controls. But this is another blast freezer. Now this blast freezer is only about 10 foot by 15 foot. This is made to quickly drop the temperatures down. And then as we go back here, you've got a major, this is the holding freezer. Now this holding freezer is 30 feet, really, really big. As you come in, this is 30 feet by 40 feet. Matter of fact, the lights can barely make it through. But this is a really big walk-in freezer just for storage. And you'll notice the curtains here are set up and the floors for forklifts. You see drains in the floors for wash down. Get some light here. See the wash down drains for doing wash down. And here, this is the whole complex is set up where you can do, that's a banding table for banding the boxes. And then the entire, all this is set up for forklifts, so you can run forklifts and pallet jacks to and from the cooler. So this is we're leaving the walk-in cooler area. You've got one main storage and two blast freezers. We're walking out into the immense, the really large processing room. Again, this is about 4,000 square feet. About 3,000 square feet of actual work area. Then you have your storage area and your office area, records keeping, which takes up about 800 square feet, giving you about 3,000 square feet of actual area to process. All right, we're going to leave this and now head over to the additional structures. Now these have temperature, a roll down door and curtains for refrigeration so this entire room can stay chilled. And again, we're back to the receiving room, which is about 1,200 square feet, 1,200 to 1,500 square feet where the product comes in. All right, we're going to take a break here and walk out for the rest of the facility.